Fine, whatever's important for you.
You gotta take it easy a little bit. Take in a movie or something like that. I hear there's a concert in the park tonight. You like that?
Yeah, I'd go to something like that. I'll just miss her more, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna go pick up my wife. I tell you what, if I talk to Margot, I'll try to persuade her to get Lila to give you a call. All right?
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't peek at the mural.
No way, Dad. See ya.
Are you still here?
No, this is just a holograph of me.
Feels real.
Why aren't you out hobnobbing with the rich and famous?
Well, I had some work to finish up in the lab, but I will be later. I'm having a little get-together to celebrate Shannon finishing my apartment. Well, at least I hope that she asked. Would you like to join us?
No. Thanks anyway.
Well, if you change your mind, you remember the address.
I won't. I got plans.
Casey, I know that Lila's out of town right now. I hope that you're not turning me down because you're afraid to be alone with me. I told you there'll be other people there.
Taylor, I'm not afraid of anything about you, honey. See you later.
Well, you should be, Dr. Ferretti.
James. Lucinda, you seem surprised to see me.
I'm amazed to see you. I'm amazed that you would surface here in this town, in this office. This is the direct route to imprisonment.
You won't turn me in.
Oh, you're wrong. That.
Hey, is this any way to treat an old friend, is it?
John is coming to pick me up in a minute, any moment.
That's right, the newlyweds. I heard about the glad tidings moments after your Las Vegas wedding.
You couldn't have heard about that. We didn't even know. No one knew.
You would be surprised what I know about you and John Dixon. And I had a great laugh. You married to Dr. Dixon when I know how much you hate him?
You're laughing? Well, I am deliciously, deliriously happy. He is 10 times the man that you are.
That's great for you, considering your insatiable appetite.
Oh, God.
Put that down if you ever want to see Craig Montgomery alive again.
The Emmy Award winner, As the World Turns. This portion brought to you today by Duncan Hines Bakery-Style Muffins in 3 new irresistible flavors. And by Zest Deodorant Bar. Only Zest gets you zestfully clean.
You talked to Holden?
No, couldn't find him. He must have gone for a walk or something.
That boy flies off the handle quicker than a jackrabbit with a hot foot.
Well, what do you say you show Gracie the new clothes you bought in the big city, huh?
I will. I have to find Holden first. Listen, I want to thank you for everything you did. I'm sorry if Holden was...
No problem for me, honey. I just hope it wasn't one for you.
It won't be.
Good. Oh, here. Let me give you that change, huh? One big one.
Thanks. See you later.
Bye now. Boy, she's a nice kid. I just can't figure what she sees in that hothead. Hey, Logan coming in on his 18 wheels tonight?
No, he's not doing until sometime tomorrow.
Well then, what do you say I stay here and keep you company over dinner, huh?
I wouldn't mind as long as that's the real reason you're staying. Oh, come on. I've known you too long. I remember the first time your daddy brought you in here. You had to climb up on that stool. He was so proud of you. He wanted everything for you. Best schools, best car, best clothes. And he saw to it you got them. Did he ever? What worried me a tad was what you were going to do when you wanted something your daddy couldn't give you.
Uh-oh. Getting serious now. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Miss Lily here.
Smart, too. Are you smart enough to sense she's going through a real rough time right now?
What kind of a rough time?
Whatever it is, it's none of your business. Or mine either, for that matter. The point is, she's dealing with enough not to have to referee you and her boyfriend.
Referee me? Whoa, you are talking to the wrong guy here now, Gracie. Why don't you talk to that hothead she's out there looking for right now? He's the one itching for a fight, not me. Now, come on. I'm gonna set this table. We're gonna have some chili, all right?
Fine.
Fine.
Craig? He went down in a plane crash.
I know all
ago.
about Craig's heroic flight to Larissa with Betsy Andropoulos to save her husband.
Of course you would know about it, because Andropoulos was carrying the drugs for you.
No. Andropoulos was not working for me. He was working for the Falcon's drug operation. Now, neither you or the police know who the Falcon is. I know about Craig's flight because I read the newspapers, Lucinda. And because of my business connections in Greece, I was able to have my friends get to him and nurse him back to health. He's in their protective custody.
And Craig is alive.
Oh, Craig is very much alive. Just when I need an ace in a hole, one literally fell right out of the sky.
Ace in the hole? You are such a scum. I don't believe you.
You can easily find out if I'm telling the truth, Lucinda. All you have to do is not follow my orders. And I will cancel Mr. Montgomery's medical insurance and have his remains shipped back here. Then you can explain to your daughter Sierra how you are personally responsible for her husband's death.
What do you want? What do you want from me?
I have a cash flow problem. I can't exactly walk into Oakdale Trust and write a check. I want $250,000 in cash.
Oh, darling, you know my business. You know I don't keep that in my handbag.
I'm very amenable, Lucinda, and very patient. I want it in 4 installments, and I'll give you 48 hours to come up with the first one. Now, we'll work out a schedule for the rest of the payments. You see how magnanimous I can be?
You're so magnanimous the way you were. That silly Emily girl. She never even saw through you the way I did.
The way you did?
Yes.
If I hadn't become so interested in your business and forgotten about your body, you'd still be in my bed versus that wimp Dixon's bed. Oh, still some fighting spirit. You know, I thought about you so many times, Lucinda. Wondered how you felt when you realized I'd run off with a young, sexy, hot woman.
Oh.
Now, you answer, but you remember that I am right here on the extension.
Yes?
Lucinda, darling, it's Corinne.
Oh, hello, darling. I thought you were still out of town.
Oh, yes, I just got back. I was in Palm Beach taking care of the renovations on my house there. I tried to sneak in and out as best I could. Heaven forbid anyone should catch me there off-season.
Exactly, darling, exactly. What can I do for you?
Well, I called your home, and Matthew said that you were working late.
Yes.
Well, darling, I simply have to know who is in charge of Lawrence Industries while Holden's away and when he is getting back.
I can't tell you when Holden is getting back, because I don't know, and I haven't put anyone else in charge of it yet, Corinne. You will certainly be the first person to know when I do. And of course, I want all your wonderful input in any decisions that I have to make.
Well, Lucinda, are you all right?
It's just been a very rough day at the office.
Oh, my dear, I know what a difficult time this is for you. I just heard, and I meant to tell you that I'm so sorry they gave up the search for your son-in-law.
Yes.
And all this on top of your problem with Lily. And, of course, about the rumor of James Stenbeck coming back. I've just been catching up on the back issues of your City Times, so I can really understand how much you must have in your mind.
Oh, darling, I don't worry about James Stenbeck. He's the least of my worries, because when he sets a foot in this town, the police are going to lock him up.
Oh, well, of course, dear, you're married now, but with a shortage of eligible men in the world, personally, I find it a pity that one so charming would have to be locked up. At least I always found James charming, but then I wasn't quite as close to him as you were. But I can certainly understand that it must be unnerving to you.
Give Mother both of our loves.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. Oh, hi, Tom. Come on in.
Hi, Sierra. Brian.
Hello, John.
I was just leaving.
Oh, Tom, congratulations. Did you read in the newspaper that he is now officially the DA?
I think I congratulated Tom several months ago.
So when did you get back from your conference?
Just this afternoon.
Did you happen to speak to Margot?
No, I didn't. Casey tells me that she's off with her mother, trying to spend a little quiet time together, and also she's badly in need of thinking a few things out. Have you talked with her?
No, not since she left.
What? Took the words right out of my mouth. Well, I'll be running along.
Okay, bye, John. Really, thanks a million for coming by. Give Mother my love and tell her not to worry.
She is very concerned, you know.
She shouldn't be.
So long, Tiger.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, John. Well, that looks like one healthy little baby boy.
Yes, he is healthy. He's getting big. Would you like to hold him?
Sure, if he'd like me to hold him.
He would.
Oh, you must be so proud when you look at this guy.
Oh, I am. Craig and I both are.
Listen, I know the news about Craig's company came as a big shock, but Jessica is doing everything she can. She's finding potential backers. She'll do everything in her power to keep the business afloat.
Yeah, I know she will. You know, my mother today offered to take Montgomery Associates under the Walsh umbrella, so to speak, but that's really Lucinda's for take it over, and I can't let her do that because Craig worked so hard for this business and to get away from Walsh Enterprises.
Well,
I've just got to find a way to keep the business in one piece until he gets back.
Well, I can see why you feel that way.
Oh, my goodness, I should have baked the cake.
Oh, well, it's Uncle Casey.
Well, I'm still trying for Grandpa. How are you?
Good.
Look at this guy. Campaign's over. He's still kissing babies.
Well, I'm trying to head off impeachment.
I think Bryant's looking a little sleepy.
Oh, I hope I don't have that effect on the jury. Good night, pal.
Oh. Good night. You two can take care of each other while I'm putting him to sleep.
Oh, sure. We'll start a club. Men with missing mates. Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Okay. Everyone will be coming back. Won't they, Bryant? Your daddy, your grandmother, and Aunt Margot, right? They'll come back to us real soon.
She's incredible. Have you talked to Lila lately?
No, I haven't talked to your mother-in-law since they left.
No, I just spoke to my father-in-law. He hasn't spoken to her either.
Neither of you, I bet. So why am I complaining, right?
Well, you have a right to your feelings.
Yeah, Lila has a right to deal with her grief any way she wants to.
That does not make it any less frustrating to you.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to accept it. Bright side is, I'm now available for double shifts at the hospital. You know, I got invited to a party tonight, and I just didn't feel like I was in the mood. Didn't want to go.
Well, it might do you some good to be with some other people.
Is that how you handle it?
Well, I've got a lot of work to catch up on. You know.
Yeah, I know. Looks like we're both in the same lonely, leaky boat.
The lake is beautiful from here, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Just looking at the way those jagged rocks sort of fall into the water, it reminds me of Greece.
Well, maybe this isn't the best place to be.
Oh, yes, it is, Mom. It's beautiful. I'm glad we came.
So am I. You're the only person I can talk to about Craig. And this is a good chance for you, too, to maybe step back and look at your situation with Tom.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, when he was in Washington, I was so sure, you know. Everything seemed crystal clear. And then I found out that while he was down there, with all of his other duties, he was seeing a therapist trying to put the pieces of our marriage back together for himself. And suddenly all these confusions started creeping in.
Well, you can't dismiss the 4 years you shared together.
Oh, Mama, it's what we didn't share together. I mean, that's the problem. Bob told us, you told us, everyone warned us, but never shared the grief of losing our baby.
Well, losing a child is very hard to accept. You know, I try sleeping, and I swear I can hear Craig laughing and talking, and I think back and he's done so much for so many people. I was really proud of him. Well, we have a lot of memories, right?
We have memories, and Sierra has Bryant.
Yeah,
Mama, have you called Casey since you've been here?
Well, I've gone to the phone several times, but I haven't really ever finished dialing.
You know, he is so miserable. He loves you very much. He wants to marry you, and there are no complications.
Oh, yes, there are. There's one major complication. You know, it's from the very beginning.
Oh, don't give me that old saw about the old age difference.
He's younger than you are.
So what? He doesn't care.
Well, he will. One day he'll realize that...
Oh, Mama.
I went to the yacht club not long ago, you know, and I saw him with some of his friends, his own age, and he was laughing and enjoying himself in a way that he can't with me.
Well, then maybe he likes it better with you.
Well, then there's Bryant. I see him with Bryant, and no matter what he says about, you know, children aren't important to him, there'll be a day when they will be important.
Why? Because they're important to all men? You just made a great case for why I should stay single.
Your options are going to be different at your age.
What is so different about my options? You're just throwing up obstacles for the sake of throwing up obstacles. I don't know. Maybe you don't love him, Mama.
I love him.
Well, then why are you denying yourself and Casey what years of happiness you may have left?
And that I might have left? Is that what we're talking about?
No, what we're talking about is because life and death here are so unpredictable. It could... Look what we're doing here. It's for that very reason, and... Time is passing.
And how many chances will I have? I've asked myself that 1,000 times. How many? Maybe you know the answer to that, too.
This is just gorgeous. You have just done wonders. I am so proud of you. And I'm so relieved when I think I'm the one that suggested you do this job.
Thank you, Lisa.
No, well, this all adds up. I don't see your fee. Are you getting your commission from the suppliers?
No, I didn't know that you could do that. I didn't know what to put down, so that's why I wanted you to come early so you could help me.
Well, I think cost plus 10% is fair at your point in your career.
I don't think so at
Dear.
all. I think she should get a lot more. Honestly, the job that you've done here, darling, it's just beautiful. And, I mean, I don't even recognize this as being that old apartment you and Brian used to share.
Well, that's good. That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Oh, here she is. Hello. Ta-da!
Oh. Well?
Well. Oh, yes. I like it very much. I'm very pleased.
Oh, great. Well, I hope you'll still be pleased after you see the bill.
Oh, well, it looks fine. I'll give you a check before you leave. Are the caterers here?
Well, oh, yes, the Pamper Pellet people. They're in the kitchen.
Oh, great. Well, then everything is ready except the hostess. I got hung up at the hospital.
Great. Listen, Taylor, it's really sweet of you to invite me to stay here, but I feel really grungy after working all day, so I'll leave you guys here and you have a nice party.
Please, you're the star of the evening. You have to
Well, now, here, this is...
please.
Now you feel wonderful.
They smell wonderful.
Oh, if those are my guests, I may have to settle for that myself.
Well, that is.
Hello, Taylor.
I had a feeling he might be invited. That's why I wanted to leave.
Oh, and Doris is here, too. I think we should all leave.
Yes.
Let's go, girl. Come on.
No, listen, why don't we just stay here and enjoy ourselves?
Do you all know each other?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, of course.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Doris. Do you happen to be related to Henry Pierpont from Houston?
He's my older brother.
Not really. He and my father were great friends in Philadelphia. I'm so glad that Duncan brought you so we can get to know each other better. Lisa, I was
going to invite your son, since his firm is handling my legal affairs now, but I wasn't sure how he'd feel about it.
Oh, I think you did the right thing by not inviting Tom.
No, I don't. I think he would like very much to come. He likes to celebrate himself. He wants to celebrate.
Well, can you get in touch with him?
I'm sorry,
sure
I don't
we
have
can.
the foggiest idea. He told me this afternoon that he was going over to Sierra.
Okay, I'll call him from Sierra, excuse me.
Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna go check on Shannon, you are such a talented decorator.
Oh, thank you, darling.
And what is that lovely air freshener? Well,
Montgomery residence.
Tom, it's Earl.
Hi, Earl. Sierra can't come to the phone right now. She's putting Brian to bed.
Actually, you're the one I was trying to reach. I'm at Taylor Baldwin's. She's having a sort of housewarming party, and, well, Lisa and I'd like very much for you to come.
Thank you, Earl, but I'm really not feeling up to it.
Well, Duncan McKechnie and Doris Pierpont are here. It just might give you a chance to observe him with his guard down.
Would you hold on for a second, Earl? Was that party you were supposed to go to by any chance at Dr. Taylor Baldwin's?
Yeah, why?
Could I twist your arm into going along?
Okay. Yeah, she'll have a lot of good food and she'll love my outfit.
Earl, listen, I'm here with Casey. We'll be over shortly.
Good. I'll see you later.
is Tom coming?
Yes, he's bringing Dr. Peretti with him. Is that all right with you?
Is Danny in bed?
Yeah, she wanted to go to bed early tonight for some reason.
Have you told her yet?
About Steve not coming back? No.
Yeah.
No, I haven't found the right time. She's gonna miss Craig a lot, too.
Maybe this Dr. Michaels could help you.
Maybe she could.
Maybe.
It just gets more complicated every day, it seems. I got a phone call today from the Greek authorities. Apparently, they found something in Steve's old boss's office in Greece that could link his drug operation to the Falcon Ring.
Oh. Yeah, I've been reading about the Falcon Ring in the papers. You know, it sounds like the police think this James Stenbeck is involved. You know, I know that I shouldn't ask you this, but how did your sister ever get involved with a man like Stenbeck?
Oh, it wasn't just Emily, believe me. It was Margot Hughes, it was my Aunt Dee, it was Barbara Ryan, Lucinda Dixon. Apparently the man could be very charming when he wanted to be.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked. I better go.
No, that's all right. I'm sorry. Let's just talk about something else.
Sure. Okay. Anything you say.
Okay, so I'll start over.
Okay, great.
So how was your day?
Mine?
Yeah.
Fine, just fine. I put in some overtime at the construction site, and I was just about to head over to your grandmother's house to do some work on the apartment.
Slaving all day?
Guess there's extra incentive when you're building a place of your own.
So you hungry or what? Do you want some dinner? You eating? Neither have I. Why don't I fix you something?
No, wait. Let me fix it for you.
What?
On the barbecue.
Wait a minute.
No, please. Here, sit down. I'll take care of it.
But I can help you. I'll show you where everything is.
Betsy, you know, I lived here for a while. Just relax. I'll take over.
The money is mine by right, Lucinda. I'm still an important stockholder in this company.
Yeah. Then why don't you come to a stockholders meeting and just vote your stocks?
You never know. I just might. You never thought that you would see me standing here in this beautiful, luxurious office of yours, this office where we have shared so many intimate moments?
You won't be so cocky when the police discover that you're in town and put you away.
Well, I've managed to evade them so far, and I'm sure my luck is going to hold out. Answer it. Answer it. I'll be on this extension.
Yes. You heard that. John's on his way up.
Yes, I'm sorry I won't be able to say hello. I'm going to go out just the way I came in. Oh, and Lucinda, one more clause to our contract. No one is to know about our little agreement. Not even your beloved husband. Because if you say anything, you will have the pleasure of telling your daughter how you caused her husband's death. 48 hours for the money, Lucinda. The first payment. Good night.
Hey, hey. Hi! Hey, you! Oh! Hi, darling. Give me a hug, give me a hug, give me a hug.
Yeah.
Oh.
You all right? Is everything okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Tide. On some of your toughest laundry problems, Tide won't quit till your clothes come clean. And by Comet. For your modern surfaces, today's Comet. As safe as a liquid, as tough as Comet. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
It's just been a difficult day.
Difficult days are right down your alley, I thought. Hey, listen.
What?
You all right? Everything okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to do with James, does it?
Oh, how could you mention James today?
I mean, have you heard any more news?
I haven't heard anything since the phone conversation I had with you.
Nothing about his whereabouts?
I don't know
or
anything. Why? Well, let's not talk about James.
Good. Good, that's fine with me. I want to go home, have dinner. Gaze at you across the candlelit.
John, I want to see Sierra.
Sure, that's fine. Listen. What's the matter with you? You're not having second thoughts, are you?
About what?
About you and me.
Oh, you silly, paranoid, silly. No. Oh, no. Oh, no, now that I found you, I'm never going to look at another man.
Oh, no, thank you.
Why don't you go talk to Shannon?
Thank you very much, Mr.
Because I've nothing to say to her. And besides, I know how jealous you can get.
Oh, but I wouldn't mind losing you to Shannon. I know you two are meant for each other. What would happen if you really opened up to her? Told her all those things that you're afraid to tell other women?
Then she'd be in as much danger as I am, and I certainly don't want that.
So, you do care.
Now, does everyone have champagne?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh, excuse me.
Hey, we're here. Let the bells ring out the choir sing. We're here.
Hi.
I'm Tommy.
Hi, Doris. I'm Casey Pitt. Nice to see you, Doc.
I would like to do the honors now, if I may. We're going to have 3 toasts. First is to our hostess. May she have a very happy, happy life in this new home.
Here, here.
Next is to my adorable niece, who's done such a marvelous job in decorating up this beautiful place. And third, to Oakdale's belatedly due DA, with the prospect that very soon he will unmask the Falcon.
Yahoo! Wow. 3 toasts made short work of that, didn't they?
Yeah, what changed your mind and made you decide to come?
Oh, I thought I'd keep my future son-in-law company. It's so funny.
Oh, I thought you were making a joke. I guess you're not.
No.
Yes, I'm sorry. What do you hear from Lala?
I don't know. That seems to be the question of the evening. The answer is nothing. Does that make you happy?
No, of course not. I didn't know that it was such a sore subject. I'm sure it's a very difficult time for Lila, and apparently it must be for you, too.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get into it.
You don't have to. Whatever happens, you're a wonderful man, and everyone says it. Lila's a wonderful lady, too, so I'm sure you'll work things out, especially considering how much you care for each other. In the meantime, why don't you try to relax and have a good time tonight, okay? I gotta check on the food.
This place is wonderful. You did such a wonderful job. It's a crime you haven't finished up out at the castle. You know, the only warm spot in that whole place is that gorgeous window seat you did. When are you going to go out and warm up the rest of it?
Doris, I'm not sure that's possible.
Oh, would you look at those two? I knew it. As soon as they see each other, they start talking about that damn Falcon case again.
I noticed your rather pointed look earlier. I wonder if you and our new DA are aware of the fact that Doris went to the police and told them that she'd seen some leather boxes at James Stenbeck's place in Edinburgh. According to her, they're exact duplicates of the one Shannon found in my bureau drawer in the Keys, which supports my theory that it was James Stenbeck that planted it there.
But Doris's story certainly came at a convenient time for you, and also her arrival in Oakdale.
I would also like to point out that while she was at the police station, she happened to overhear a conversation with some police inspector from Greece who found a similar leather box on Corfu. Now, do the authorities in Oakdale think I'm responsible for that as well?
I certainly couldn't comment on that since the investigation is still ongoing.
Aye, well, the investigation will be ongoing forever then, won't it? Until the police realize, and the press realizes, that it's James Stenbeck who's the Falcon, not I. After all the attempts he's made on my life, how you could not believe that is beyond my ken.
I just can't understand how a man as clever as Stenbeck could never be successful in getting you out of the way.
I see. Then I'll have to be murdered in order to prove my innocence. Is that it?
Oh, no, I would never suggest that.
You know, Mitchell, one of these days, you're gonna push me too far.
Oh. Just got off the phone with Hal. I called to see how things were progressing on the Stenbeck case, and he says hello. And that John was back from Atlanta, so I called and Lucinda's, but he wasn't there yet.
Mm-hmm. So, how's Hal?
He's fine.
You know, I don't want to really grill you about this, because I know you're trying to...
I haven't left anything out, and I've told you about Hal.
No, you haven't. But while you were talking to me about it, you never mentioned the word love.
I love him very much, Mama. Nothing would have ever happened in Greece if I didn't.
Yeah, well, those were kind of unusual circumstances, don't you think? I mean, you went over there thinking everything is over with Tom. You're looking for Craig. You know, can you really trust your feelings during something like that? I mean...
Mama, even before I went to Greece, I wanted to ask Tom for a divorce. And now I have.
Fine. That's what you really want. But a while ago, you know, you were talking about feelings, you know, that were creeping in. And did I hear confusion?
When I think about, I don't know, everything that Tom and everything we've done together and all the plans that we've made, and I mean, there's bound to be a qualm or two.
No, there's no qualms or two. You have to be absolutely sure. Or else you're going to regret something the rest of your life. You have to be absolutely sure. I don't think you've really asked yourself the most important question.
What's that?
Do you still love Tom?
I'm not sure, Mama. There's so many other considerations.
No, there are no other considerations. You have to be sure. I mean, don't do something that you may regret for the rest of your life. You have to...
Well, I guess you don't think that I'm in a position to give very good advice right now, huh?
Mama, you are consistent. You're just cautious to a fault. Oh, gosh, isn't it wonderful? We are absolutely dead right when it comes to giving advice to each other, but we haven't a clue how to take care of ourselves. Oh.
Oh, hi, John. You forgot your mother.
Yes, I did.
You got me. You brought me.
You wouldn't believe me when I said you were all right.
Well, I know, but where's my baby? Where's my boy? I wanted to see him. Oh, no. What? Excuse me.
Oh, well, good. Bring him down. Oh, John.
Well, she's upstairs. Give me some quick advice. She came to my office today with some very distressing news about Craig. He'd taken out a loan, and he thought he had the Visconti deal in the bag when he left on the... Anyway, that deal is off. That isn't... Till he comes back, it's off.
What do you mean? It's been a month. What do you mean until he comes back?
Well, he could come back, couldn't he? Betsy survived. The pilot lived through it. Okay, the point is this. She needs... The loan is due. She needed money. I offered to take his company and protect it and nurture it and be a guardian. She said no, because the whole point of Craig's company was that he was distancing himself from me. But the thing is, she has no business sense at all, and if something is not done immediately, his company will fold.
Look, maybe she has another plan.
I don't think she does.
I think it's better if we talked about this at home and not here, okay? Would you like a drink?
Yes.
Mother, I know that Craig is alive. And he's coming back to us.
If you don't do exactly as I say, you will have to explain to Sierra how you were responsible for her husband's death.
He was just a little lonely up there.
You heard my voice, I think. You heard my voice.
Yes, hi, Grandmama.
Haven't seen you since this morning. Oh, gosh, he just gets bigger every minute. You're bigger than
I
you
know.
are.
It's amazing how much he's changing, isn't it?
And how much he is changed.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I love? This is the most remarkable thing. Every day he seems to be aware of one more little thing, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Tell you, that's the worst part about Craig being away for so long. He misses all these little changes.
Like diamonds, right?
Your daddy's not going to recognize you, huh, Bryant?
This is the way the rubbers rod. Yeah. Oh, darling. You just keep in your heart. You keep in your heart that he's coming back.
You agree with me now?
Oh, yes. Absolutely, I do. I do. Hang on to that. Hang on to that conviction. That goes for you, just slugger.
Holden? May I join you?
Sure. Look, I'm sorry. I know you're going through a lot now. But it's just Lance.
It's not just Lance. It's anybody. In Oakdale, it was Dusty, and then...
Look, I can't help it, all right? I just don't like it when somebody else is coming on to you.
Why don't you trust me the way that I trust you?
I do trust you. I love you. And I'd do anything for you.
I love you too.
Well, I can't get over what a good dinner that was. You really can cook.
Give me a chance to do something for you. Don't get that chance too often. You've done so much for me.
Glad you stopped by. I feel a lot better.
Good. 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 Well, I have to be at the construction site early.
Yeah, you must be tired. You sure you get any sleep on that cot in Grandma's garage?
Hey, that's not just a garage. It's almost an apartment. It's gonna be really nice. Oh, man.
What? What's the matter?
You know a lot more about me than you did before you went to Greece. I'm sorry, I should have told you everything.
Well, you didn't know that it was your daughter until I ever told you.
That's true, and I hadn't found the right word to put on what I did to Iva, but I did know that I had a child, and I wish I would have said something.
Well, I understand that you were mixed up about a lot of things.
There's one thing I've never had any mixed feelings about. When I told you I loved you, I meant that. I just want you to know that. I'll let you go to sleep.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Make sure you lock the door, okay?
Okay.
Grace, I just want to apologize for temper tantrum I threw earlier.
Well, you didn't take it out on me. I bet you two are hungry. I got some lamb chops on the grill. Now, we don't get them very often, so you might as well make an occasion out of it. Why don't you try on one of those new outfits you just bought?
Great. I would have thought you had eaten already, though.
Oh, I have. But I'm sure you two can manage without me. I got some things to do in the kitchen.
May I borrow those candles that you have in the kitchen?
Sure. Help yourself.
Great. I got some stuff to set the table.
Now, listen. Don't let Lance get to you. Or at least don't let him see he is. He's a nice kid, but he really sparks to a challenge. No point in egging him on.
Thanks, Grace.
Now, I'm not really worried about you and Lily. You seem to have a lot going for you. It's good that you talk things over, are honest with each other. It's when people start hiding things that the trouble starts.
I'm gonna tell her, Seth. But I just gotta wait for the right moment. She's very confused now, and she feels like everybody has let her down.
Why don't you trust me the way that I trust you? You know I trust you, don't you? Are you purposely ignoring me?
No, I was just thinking about something.
Will you set the table while I change, please?
Yeah, before you change, something I want to talk to you about.
Yes, I just came from Miss Lucinda's office. Of course she bought my story about Craig. Everything's falling into place beautifully. And next stop, Barbara Ryan. I've got to go, Simon. Someone has arrived. Oh, Corinne, darling. Do come in.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Fashions by I. Kleinfeld & Son. Jewelry by Monet. Join us tomorrow for the Emmy Award winner, As the World Turns.